So, in this video, we're going to talk about storytelling and how we can use that to grow our business through an attractive narrative. And to start this class, I'm going to read a riddle to you. So, riddle me this: what is as old as time but reborn every single day? You can hear it, see it, smell it, taste it, and feel it, but it's completely invisible. It exists in every single country in the world, yet you still take it with you everywhere you go. Any guesses? So far, I guess you already know that I'm talking about storytelling, and this is a powerful element in our human existence and communication. But do you know how to use this storytelling in your narrative? So, in your CPLs, in your videos, in your ads, in your live sessions, in everything that you're going to do. Every time that we are making a presentation or trying to sell something, we want to use some sort of storytelling. And in this class, I'm going to show to you a few ways that we can do that. So the first way that we have is through the hero journey. So the hero journey, as you guys might have known, it's from Joseph Campbell, and it's this basically the narrative that our journey goes through. So we have the first period of a hero, and in this first period, the hero is upset and something is going on in his life, and suddenly there is a call. So something happens, and he's drawn into doing something different. So then he starts his journey, which will have a lot of elements of challenges, difficulties that he will have to go through. And then once he goes there and he reaches that goal, he again has another discomfort. And the discomfort comes because he looks back at the people he knows, and he understands that even though he now has the new answer or the new perspective, those people don't. So he has another call, and he decides to go back to his community or to his village, and he decides to share his story and help other people to go through the same journey. So help people to awaken. And you, as a mentor or in your online course, you might help people in different stages of their journey. So you might help people to have that first call. So shake them a little bit more. And again, in your communication, that's going to be the goal. Like, how can I take these people that is basically they're sleeping and doesn't know anything, shake that person so she realize or he realized that he needs something else. Or it might be that your job will be to help your heroes, to help your clients to go through the challenges and the difficulties that they might be experiencing. Or it might be that you're going to help these heroes now to share their story into the world. So which part of the hero journey are you going to work? And the second thing here is knowing the hero journey, we can also understand that when we are communicating, if we say something like, oh, yeah, I had a problem and then I came up with the solution, or the solution came to me somehow and now I'm good, I'm not engaging that much. I really need to share my difficulties. I need to share every step that I felt, and it was hard, and I was reluctant at first to accept the call. Every movie that we see with heroes, we know that they have this first call and they kind of don't want that because they are comfortable where they are, and suddenly they decide to keep going. So this is something important for you to share in your narratives. It's not only say, oh, I'm extremely successful and now I'm teaching you, but talking about your life and or your client's life and how hard that was in the beginning and what did you do to overcome those steps. So this is an important part of our communication. The second one that I wanted to bring here is from David J.P. Phillips, and he talks about the angel's cocktail. So he's going to explain to us how we can use some hormones in our communication. So how can we really, with the intentionally bring these hormones to our clients, and what is the result that we're going to have with each of these hormones. So the first one here is dopamine. So dopamine brings focus, motivation, memory, so attention. And the way that we do that is building suspense, a cliffhanger, and through storytelling. So people in when you're trying to release this hormone, you want people to wait, to expect. So for example, if I'm telling a story and I'm just gonna come up with invent something in my mind, it's not gonna be real. Let's say I'm telling you that one day I went to this very strange party, and when I arrived there, it was all very dark and strange and suspenseful, and people were wearing this weird clothes, and I had no idea what I was doing that. And suddenly, when I was walking into this party, a person approached me. There was this guy. He was very, very tall and very, very big. So he was a little bit scary too. And he came to me and he said, "You are expecting me to tell you what this person told me, right?" Of course, I could develop more the suspense, but I think you got the idea. When we want to do a dopamine release, we want people to focus, we want people to pay attention, we want to have this motivation, something exciting is going to happen. So, right now, take a piece of paper and write down what stories could you tell people in your communication, your live sessions, in your pitch, or maybe during your online course that is going to bring this suspenseful, exciting, and focus hormone release in your audience. The second one, in Portuguese, we say ocitocina. So, in this one, we want to bring generosity, trust, bonding. So, how to do it? Through empathy. So, if you tell a story, for example, one day I met this friend of mine. She was pregnant, and it was such a good news that she was pregnant. She was so excited because, it had been 2 years that she was trying and she couldn't do it. So we were very, very happy for her. And obviously, we were with her all the way through her pregnancy. And one day I received a phone call, and it was her partner. And he said to me that the water was broke. And I thought, well, it's 39 weeks, so that's a pretty good news. But unfortunately, they realized that the baby wasn't breathing anymore. And of course, that was such a heartbreaking for all of us, especially imagining her, imagining how she would be feeling, imagining now that I'm a mom, how hard that would be. So in here, I'm trying to bring this emotion of empathy on you. So putting yourself in other people's shoes. So how can you use that? Maybe when you're going to talk about a client that you brought some transformation, and talking how something happened in his life and making people empathize. So if you're talking, for example, about losing weight, you can talk about yourself and how hard it was, and you went to the hospital or something like that. So in here, I'm bringing a story that is going to make you connect to me. And what this is going to do is you're going to trust me more. You're going to open your heart. And remember that sales, it's all about trusting. It's all about how much I trust in this person that is trying to sell me. So we want to use the oxytocin in a very good, powerful way to bring this trust. And you're gonna understand in your CPLs when is the moment to use this trust powerful element. And the last one is endorphins. So endorphins are parts of our story that is gonna make us more relaxed, more focused, and basically we do that when people laugh. So I'm terrible at making people laugh, but that would be the way. So when you are conducting people in your conversation, it's always good to make them feel good. It's always good to make them feel that they are home, that they like you, that they trust you. And how powerful it is when someone makes you laugh. We are living in a such stressful daily routine, and we are living with a lot of uncertainties at the moment. So when someone can make you laugh or can take a smile out of your face, that's something you want to put in your communication and in your conversation. So in this moment, when people are more relaxed, they are more focused as well. So in the middle of your content, put a little bit of elements so people can laugh, or put a little bit of elements so people can feel more relaxed, because they are going to start feeling that they belong and they really enjoy being here. On the other side, we have the devil's cocktail. So we have adrenaline, for example, and yes, there will be times that we can use these hormones, especially in our CPL1, that we want people to abominate the problem that they are having. So we might use some elements of adrenaline there. So we might use some elements of like bringing this anger out, and this is going to help people to take action, because adrenaline is that hormone that either you run or you stop. So either you run or you fight. So in this moment, we want to make people realize that they're going to change their lives, or this is not going to happen. So this is just a briefly introduction to storytelling. If you want to know more, I suggest you read the book TED. You can also read the book. You can also write the videos that I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave a link for you here. And for now on, the exercise that I want you to do is what are the parts of your story that you're going to use in your communication. So there will always be one powerful story that you can use, and it will also depend where your clients are in their hero journey process. So are they in the beginning, and then you're going to use a story that might relate to them there? Are they in the end, where they want to share their knowledge and grow their things? So you're going to share that story too. So always be in control of your communication and knowing exactly how you're going to deal and to communicate with your audience.